Coming up next on News 4 Texas at 10.
Something dramatic is about to happen in your television set just seconds from now. It's the big switch. We'll tell you all about it.
A giant in the music industry dies, the man known as the Wolf Man.
And disabled children get the chance of a lifetime to reach out and touch a cloud. You meet the man who makes it all possible. I'm John Criswell.
I'm Clarice Tinsley. News 4 Texas at 10.
Hi, I'm David Whitaker, General Manager of Channel 4. You've just witnessed something historic in local television. The end of Channel 4's 46-year association with the CBS television network and the exciting new beginning as a Fox television network affiliate. Starting tonight, we're building the largest news operation in Texas by expanding our live team coverage to 6 hours a day at times that fit your lifestyle, covering stories that are important to you and your hometown. Up next is the new News 4 Texas with old friends Clarice Tinsley, John Criswell, Mike Berger, and Mike Ducey. You'll soon see that our commitment goes beyond a new set, new graphics, and new music. The next few days are going to be exciting as Channel 4 becomes Fox 4 Texas. We've set up a phone bank starting tomorrow with people ready to answer your questions, direct you to your favorite TV shows, and listen to your feedback. Come, join us now for the future as we and you build the new Channel 4.
From KDFW-TV in Dallas-Fort Worth, covering the state of Texas, this is News 4 Texas at 10.
Good evening. I'm John Criswell.
I'm Clarice Tinsley. Welcome to the new News 4 Texas. The big switch is here. Starting tonight, Channel 4 is a Fox affiliate. Instead of CBS shows, we'll be running Fox programming. It may seem complicated, but we're here to make it easy for you to understand. Jeff Curley joins us now with an overview of how all the affiliate switching is going to affect you. Jeff?
I think one way to explain it simply is to say for the last 46 years here at Channel 4 in Master Control, we've been bringing in CBS programs. Then we've been turning that signal around and sending it out to TV sets all over North Texas. Well, starting now, we're going to be doing the same thing, only with Fox programs. There's been a lot of talk about the channel change, but a lot of viewers are getting bad information, like Dana Mathis.
It must be going out of business. You don't know why they're doing it?
You think Channel 4 is going out of business?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're becoming Fox.
Oh, y'all going, oh, Channel 11 going out of business, huh?
No, Dana, nobody's going out of business. The only thing that's happening is that Channel 4 will no longer be showing CBS programs. We'll be a Fox affiliate from now on. And Channel 11 will be the new home of CBS. Brent McClure knew that much, but he figured that meant everybody at Channel 4 had to move over to Channel 11.
Switching studios, you obviously move over there.
Gaylord Morgan heard that Channel 4 and Channel 11 were consolidating.
It's one station.
Like Channel 4 and Channel 11 were merging or something?
Yes, merging together, you know, and just going to make one news station.
News 4 Texas.
No, we're not merging, we're not moving. The only thing that's happening is you may have to switch to another channel to find your favorite shows. Right now, Channel 4 carries CBS programs like 60 Minutes. Channel 11 carries syndicated reruns like The Cosby Show. And Channel 33 airs Fox programs like The X-Files. After the switch, 4 will be Fox, 11 will be CBS, and Channel 33 will be an independent station carrying mostly syndicated reruns. Obviously, it's going to take some getting used to. Channel 4 has been CBS since the station signed on the air in 1949. Back then, we were known as KRLD.
KRLD TV studios in Dallas right now.
CBS and Channel 4 have worked closely together over the years, from Kennedy to Colleen to Koresh. But while CBS has the history, most would agree Fox has the momentum.
I'm Pat Summerall.
First, Fox shocked the sports world by outbidding CBS for the rights to broadcast NFL games, and even convinced the CBS team of Madden and Summerall to come over. Then last year, Fox engineered a deal to switch 12 major TV stations, most of them CBS, over to Fox, the largest one being KDFW.
Fox provides us with 2 hours of primetime programming a night. Plus weekend sports, which of course includes the Dallas Cowboys. And with a traditional network like CBS, they provided us with more than the majority of viewing hours from the network.
So with all this extra local programming time now, you can count on a lot more news on Channel 4. a lot more sports. And until the viewers sort it out, a lot of confusion.
Then what is 8 going to switch to?
They're not switching.
Oh, well, they need to. Everybody else is making the change.
Once again, we want to recap tonight's big switch. KDFW is now officially a Fox station. Your favorite CBS shows can no longer be seen on Channel 4, but your News 4 Texas team isn't going anywhere. Instead, you're going to see a lot more of us because we're expanding our coverage and we're strengthening our commitment. But we know this is still very confusing for many viewers, so we're setting up a toll-free viewer hotline that will be opening up tomorrow, and we'll be giving out that phone number tomorrow when the phone lines are up and running. John and Clarice?
And those phones will be busy, Jeff.
You bet.
Thank you. Auto emissions testing is back. Starting today, you must get an emissions test to get an inspection sticker. But as Phil Alvarado shows us, the tougher emission standards that have been in limbo since the first of the year are still on hold.
It's the old tailpipe emissions test most motorists are used to, and they're starting up again in 6 Texas counties, including Dallas, Tarrant, Denton, and Collin counties here in North Texas. Tough federally mandated emission standards were put in place January 1st. But motorists made a lot of noise about the tough new standards and the lack of centrally located testing centers.
That's a little bit too much. I think that's a little ludicrous. I think it all should be done at one place and it should be a set price.
Less than a month later, Governor George W. Bush stopped the testing.
I just think that we should have to do it, and let's just do it. Make the rules and stick to them.
The state will take the next 3 months to negotiate revised emission standards with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. But to meet a 1996 federal deadline to improve the region's air quality, the state legislature reinstated emissions testing.
If you got it done yesterday, they didn't have to do the emissions part. So they will have to do the emissions part next year when they come to get their sticker.
Since the first of the year, motorists have only had to pass a safety check at their local service station.
Brakes. Left. Right.
Now you must also pass the old emissions test to get an inspection sticker. Not only are auto emission tests back, but if you'd heard that inspection stickers were going for $10.50, now you need to bring some extra money.
It was going to be $21 to the state and then $10.50 for a regular inspection. This has gone back to the way it was as of before December. It's back to $19.25.
So even though you're paying more for a sticker than yesterday, it's not as much as you may soon be paying. In Dallas, Phil Alvarado, News 4 Texas.
Vehicle emissions, when heated by the sun, cause ozone, which can irritate the lungs. Experts say that can be especially harmful to children and the elderly.
The disc jockey whose gravelly voice and guttural howls brought fame is dead.
No rock and roll all night long, mama.
Wolfman Jack died today at his North Carolina home after suffering a heart attack. The rock and roll DJ had just returned from a 20-day tour to promote a new book. Born Robert Smith, the Wolfman gained fame on XERF, a powerful Mexican radio station which blanketed the United States. He played music and urged listeners to buy plastic Jesus figurines and coffins and to get themselves naked. In a recent interview, he reminisced about his days on the air.
It's about my life as a renegade when I was back in Mexico, when I took over this big 250,000 watt radio station and was able to broadcast to America, and in the middle of the night doing, "Oh, hey baby, this the Wolfman, we gonna get crazy here with you tonight." That's what I did.
Wolfman Jack, dead at the age of 57.
Hispanic leaders are in Puerto Rico tonight, drawing up a battle plan against the Republicans. LULAC, the League of United Latin American Citizens, has found a unifying cause at its national convention: the Republican-dominated Congress and the contract with America. Housing Secretary Henry Cisneros was a featured speaker. He criticized invited Republicans who didn't show up at the convention.
And that's unfortunate, but it's not surprising. If I were in their shoes, I wouldn't want to come here either and explain that contract for America.
More than 3,000 Hispanic leaders from the U.S. are attending the conference in Puerto Rico. LULAC plans to take the message from this meeting to the streets of America.
Two freighters collided in the Gulf of Mexico early today, creating a 15-mile fuel slick as they drifted tightly locked together in an area studded with petroleum rigs. In this Coast Guard video, you can see the bow of the Greek-flagged Alexia buried deep into the side of the Singapore-registered Enif. No one was hurt in the collision about 70 miles south of New Orleans. The cause is still being investigated. So far, about 10,000 gallons of fuel have leaked into the Gulf. The Mississippi River is pushing the slick away from the coastline, and cleanup crews are on the scene.
4th of July celebrations kicked off a few days early around the Dallas area. One of the biggest displays of fireworks to hit the sky tonight took place in Garland. Richard Ray joins us now from Garland's Star-Spangled 4th. Rich?
Still going on, Clarice. There's no excuse for missing the fireworks this year. What's happening in Garland tonight is just the beginning of the aerial displays all across the Metroplex. As we watch a sampling of the show here, let me give you an idea of what is coming up. Tomorrow night at the Doubletree, that's Doubletree West in Farmers Branch, and at Herforth Park in Rowlett, you can see fireworks. Monday night, Addison at the Conference and Theater Center, Carrollton at the Amphitheater, Fort Worth at the Botanical Gardens, Irving, that's at Williams Square, and Midlothian at the high school. Start times range from 9:15 to 9:45, and get there before dusk, you shouldn't have a problem. We're back live. Here we go. Still going on here in Garland. What about Tuesday, you asked, the 4th of July? Well, too many to go into now, but if you check your newspapers, they should have it. We'll also have more on that closer to the event. And with the grand finale in Garland, I'm Richard Ray, live in Garland for News 4 Texas.
Ooh, always a spectacular sight, Rich.
It is.
Thanks.
The ever-present kids and cameras. There's more July 4th weekend festivities still ahead.
But first, the American astronaut on board the Russian space station talks about his long stay.
A lot of times, kids are told they can't. Today, a group of special kids were shown they can. I'm John Hammerly. I'll have their story next.
I'm Mike Ducey. The changes at News 4 Texas mean a new and improved Sports 4 Texas. I'll have the details in a few minutes.
You are watching News 4 Texas with Clarice Tinsley, John Criswell, Mike Berger, and Mike Ducey.
The space shuttle Atlantis is in the midst of its historic mission with the Russian space station Mir. An American astronaut who's been orbiting aboard the Mir for nearly 4 months says it's tough to be away from home. Talking with members of the media today, Norman Thagard is promising his family that when he returns to Earth, he's going to stay put. He's due to return on board the shuttle Atlantis on Friday. A new startup airline flew into Arlington Municipal Airport today.
But it's one not a lot of business people are likely to hop aboard. As medical reporter John Hammerly explains, you've got to be very special to land a seat on this plane.
3463, taxiing to runway 34 for departure.
Welcome to Challenge Air. Not a huge airline. In fact, this is it. Rick Amber is Challenge Air's captain, navigator, CEO, and chief dreamer.
Everybody wants to be a bird and be free of all their restraints, and that's what we do. We just go up and soar around with the birds and the clouds.
We means people like Mallory, who was born without hands, or Captain Rick himself, a Naval Academy graduate, Top Gun fighter pilot, who lost the use of his legs in a Vietnam War crash.
And they get in the airplane and up they go, and they leave everything behind, all their wheelchairs, their crutches, their problems, all the disadvantages they have in life, and we go up and we get 1,000 feet in the air and we look down instead of looking up.
Sonny Friedman is Rick's lifelong friend and ground chief.
He plays with them on the plane, he kids with them. He just loves having fun and showing them that life can be fun.
Chris Runge wants his son Kyle to seize as many experiences as he can.
How was it? There's so many of them that he's not going to get, and if there's a chance that he can do something, we don't hold him back, and we never say can't.
They see me get in the airplane in a wheelchair and I can't use my feet, I'm using my hands. They figure they can do that too.
Rick remembers the time he told a young disabled co-pilot she could reach out and touch a cloud.
She stuck her right hand out and I stuck my left hand out and went through this little bitty cloud, and it's kind of cold and wet, and she put her hand back in and kind of touched my hand where mine was out, and it's kind of cold and damp, and she's sort of crying. We were both kind of crying. She said, they don't let us do this in big airplanes.
Mallory Pristernick loved her flight.
What was the most fun about it?
We went sideways.
And so did Kyle Runge.
Next time we're going to go upside down.
For Rick Amber, Challenge Air is fun, but he hopes it's also a door for someone special to walk through.
I'm real anxious for the first young wheelchair pilot to get aboard the Boeing 777 and say, "This is your captain speaking."
John Hammerly, News 4 Texas.
Challenge Air is a non-profit airline. No child is charged for a flight of fancy, and already 1,000 children are waiting for their turn this summer.
Coming up, the first-place Rangers look to increase their lead in the AL West.
And there were some early fireworks at Wimbledon this afternoon. Mike Ducey shows us what happened. Next, in sports.
The new News for Texas brings you expanded news and weather coverage and talk about sports.
It's going to be a great time, Clarice. We're really looking forward to it. Channel 4's switch to Fox means more sports coverage for our viewers and lots more Dallas Cowboys football. Sports coverage including a primetime show every night at 9:45. 15 minutes of sports action in prime time. And then once football gets started, Saturday at 9:30, you can see the Aikman Summerall Report. Sunday at 9:30, beginning tomorrow, it's a 30-minute look at sports. Sports 4 Texas Sunday night, beginning at 9:30. And of course, we'll have our sports updates at 5, 6, and 10 as well. And the move to Fox means that after 1 year away, the boys are back on 4. Our schedule of Dallas Cowboy football this year includes 4 of the 5 preseason games, 10 of the regular season games, plus playoff action. Channel 4 also continues to be the home of the Barry Switzer, Jerry Jones, and Michael Irvin shows. Well, Cowboy fans are used to their team leading their division. And entering July, Texas Rangers fans can say the same thing about their club. The Rangers leading the West by a game and a half, entering tonight's game with the Mariners. Scoring chance here in the third for Texas. 2 on, but Juan Gonzalez pops it up. It was scoreless until just moments ago. Martinez homers for Seattle, and the Mariners take a 1-0 lead in the fourth. Let's check the board. California losing to Oakland today, 5-1. Minnesota over Cleveland, that's a 6-5 game. Fielder with 2 homers in Detroit's win over Boston. Palmeiro with 3 hits as Baltimore defeats Toronto. Also Chicago over Kansas City. Big Frank hits his 19th. And New York and Milwaukee are tied in the 11th. National League, Houston big over Pittsburgh. Chicago defeats St. Louis. Montreal over Florida. Atlanta defeats Philadelphia. Cincinnati and New York are in the 9th. And San Francisco gets by San Diego 4-1. Andre Agassi over David Wheaton at Wimbledon today. No real upsets on the court. Actually, one couple was extremely upset. This is Jeff Tarango, a former NCAA champ at Stanford, playing Alexander Barons. Tarango upset over some calls. He loses control. Tarango arguing, eventually quitting. He leaves the court, but not before he accuses the French umpire, Bruno Rebaud, of fixing matches to favor his friends. And then after the match, Tarango's wife slaps the umpire.
Because this guy deserves a lesson at some point. He can do whatever he wants because he's on the chair. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. Players have nobody to defend them.
But I'm glad you did that. Without telling you beforehand.
Love will make you do some strange things, including slap an umpire.
And Love 40 will make you do weird things too. Wow.
Thank you.
My word. Mike Berger says some parade goers could see a few raindrops this long holiday weekend.
Mike's got your full holiday weekend forecast next.
Have a news story? Call the News 4 Texas tip line in Dallas at 720-3154.
Well, of course, you know the first rule of 4th of July. Keep your powder dry.
Well, or the watermelon or the hot dogs and hamburgers, whatever.
Absolutely.
We may see a scattered sprinkle here or there, but for all intents and purposes, I think it's going to be a dandy weekend.
All right.
Let's take a look at those current conditions. Dallas, 81 degrees this evening. 63% relative humidity. Northeast winds at 729. 98 and rising. This is what we call close and up and personal weather in Fort Worth. 79, 67%. Northeast winds at 6, 29.99. The pressure is rising slightly. 88 and 66 are high today. 109 and 64 the record temperatures from 1980 and 1924. As we look at temperatures for the highs today around the state, McAllen, the big winner at 96. Meanwhile, it was 56 this morning in Delhart, 95 degrees still at this hour, or the high rather, in Del Rio as well as Laredo. We only made it to 89 here in Dallas, about 89 degrees as well in Mineral Wells. Temperatures at this hour have dropped into the upper 70s and low 80s, still 90 degrees out in Del Rio. We would expect to see some warmer temperatures continuing there. We have a weak stationary front trying its best to turn into a warm front. Meanwhile, up in the Texas Panhandle, an upper level low is kicking off some big thunderstorms. Tornado warning in Eddy County. Now, these thunderstorms are moving to the east, but some of them may filter down into Oklahoma. And then, if that warm front moves north, we could gradually see some increase in cloudiness tomorrow, as well as the possibility of a few widely scattered thunder showers. You can see the clouds moving out in the satellite loop this evening. Of course, we're getting some cloudiness and some moisture coming across Mexico, moving into the western part of the state. Other than that, it looks like partly cloudy skies as far as rainfall amounts are concerned. Through Sunday, we should probably see anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and that'll be about it. But again, these showers are going to be widely scattered to isolated. So over the next 36 hours, hit and miss showers around our area as that warm front gradually moves to the north and hopefully moves out of the way before the 4th of July. Here's a look at the 5-day forecast, and I like about 90 degrees for tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies, maybe an isolated shower. Monday and Tuesday, pretty much the same story. It's not going to change a lot when we all have to go back on Wednesday. Actually, we're still at work. It's when everybody else goes back to work.
Yeah, right. Okay, Mike. See you a bit later.
Holiday festivities were as hot as a firecracker in one Dallas neighborhood today.
We'll take you there when News for Texas Weekend continues. Here's a final look at tonight's winning Lotto Texas and Pick 3 numbers. Good luck. July 4th festivities started with a bang in a Dallas neighborhood today.
Streamers, balloons, and flags decorated bodies and bicycles as families observed Independence Day. Pets even got into the celebratory mood. The parade's an annual event put on by the Preston Hollow North Homeowners Association.
And you would have thought you'd slipped into the 1700s at the old-fashioned Independence Day celebration at Old City Park today. Betsy Ross was there along with Union soldiers and craftspeople dressed up as villagers doing embroidery and candle making. Children got their faces painted and there were races and a spectacular wagon contest. Great entertainment from a fun history lesson.
We've got some time now for some personal observations before we end this newscast. 20 years ago, I started my broadcast journalism career at a CBS affiliate. I've been with Channel 4 for 16 of those 20 years. That's a lot of time with CBS. I can truly tell you I am thrilled to join Fox. Our new affiliation gives us more time to bring you expanded, in-depth news coverage. The company that owns Channel 4, New World, has given us the tools to cover the Lone Star State like a blanket. We have the largest news department in Texas. No brag, just fact. The bottom line is we're working for you, and the new News 4 Texas means you'll be better informed. If you could step into our newsroom, you would feel excitement and pride from the great people who work here, and you'll see that reflected in our work. I'm proud to work for News 4 Texas, and the future begins tonight.
Genuine firsts are hard to come by. Most records, speed, height, depth, and longevity have been set. In television, the list is short. From black and white to color, I was here. Film to videotape, I was here. Minicams, satellites, helicopters, too. You who've been watching and I have shared the change. Tonight, the biggest change in television in more than 50 years. It's truly historic. And I'm glad you're watching as we set the stage for the next half century. Thanks for joining us, and good night.
Good night.